NFL. Let's get into the meat of this episode. What I'm most excited to talk about, Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry has been doubted all his whole career. His legacy's been doubted, but now he has that Finals MVP.
For sure.
So he's been 2-time regular season MVP, 4-time champ, just as many as LeBron, 2-time MVP. Brandon, where do you rank Steph Curry all time?
I think he's got to be considered anywhere between...
Do you think he's top 10?
I think he's got to be considered anywhere between 8 and 12. It really depends on what people value. Some people value rings more. Some people value accolades more. I think that's where it gets a little, like a little confusing, but I think personally anywhere between 8 and 12 right now, that's in his zone for sure.
So can I go through a list and you tell me if you disagree or agree with certain players?
Yes, for sure.
So my 1 and 2, we're going to disagree about that. I don't want to get into the whole Jordan-LeBron debate. I have LeBron at 1. I know you have Jordan. I have Jordan 2. That works. But I want to put the LeBron-Steph debate to rest.
Yeah.
The difference between Steph Curry and LeBron James is 2 MVPs, 3 Finals MVPs, 10 All-Stars, 10 All-NBA, and 6 All-Defense. Those are the accolades LeBron is more than Curry. That is enough for a Hall of Famer. The difference between LeBron and Curry. So I just want to put that to rest forever. My 3 is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Do you have him there too?
Yeah, he's around there, yeah.
My 4 is Magic Johnson. He's still the greatest point guard of all time. He still has more accolades than Steph Curry. I think Curry can catch him. Did more and less time. I think Curry still can catch him, maybe with another Finals, but I have Magic above Curry for now.
Yep.
My 5 is Kobe Bryant. A lot of people disagree with me with that. I think, though, he has 5 titles. He's the closest thing to Michael Jordan we've got. He was one of the most dominant scorers of all time. And although he was able to do 3 with Shaq, being this with another star, and he's also able to get 2, being the main focal point on his team. So what do you think about Kobe at 5?
I don't know if he's necessarily 5, but he's definitely above Steph.
Who would you put above Kobe that I didn't?
That's the questionable part, because you get into you might put Larry Bird. I personally wouldn't put Shaq. I know some people would. And then some people would put Will. I personally wouldn't. So I'd say I'd probably go Bird, then Kobe.
Bird, then Kobe. Okay,
so
I can see
Kobe
that.
6.
So I put Bill Russell at 6 ahead of Bird, just because they're both Celtics greats. So I kind of compare Bird and Russell more than Bird and Magic, because I think Magic was definitely above Bird. Because Bill Russell got 11 titles, Larry got 3. Although Larry has some great accolades, 3-time champ, 2-time Finals MVP, just to note, he didn't win Finals MVP one of the times, 3-time MVP, and he was 12-time All-Star. I think Bill Russell, if you're a Celtics fan, you kind of think of him as the all-time Mr. Celtic above Bird. But I put Bird right behind him, followed by Wilt. So those are all the guys I definitely have above Steph. What do you think about? Do you have any of them behind Steph? Maybe.
No, I think that list is pretty solid.
Wilt too?
Yeah, probably Wilt.
Okay.
Right now.
So then comes the Steph tier for me, where my order, I hate to put him at the end of this. It's so tough for me. I have Duncan, Shaq, Steph.
You've Duncan over Shaq?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's in that tier where he's not necessarily top 5, but he's definitely should be considered.
So I think that's number 11.
8 to 12 makes sense for him.
Yeah, I put him ahead of Oscar Robertson. That's where he jumped in this.
Yeah.
But Tim Duncan's underrated. I think a lot of people don't have him over Shaq, but he's Mr. Fun. And I want to talk about him over Curry. He's a 5-time champion. Curry only has 4. 3 Finals MVPs, that's more. And then a lot of the rest of his accolades are similar. They each have 2 MVPs. They've each been All-Star a ton of times. Tim Duncan was better defensively, so that's why I have Duncan over Curry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Tim Duncan was you always talk about LeBron's consistency. Tim Duncan was really Mr. Consistency as well in his career.
I mean, I just wouldn't say he was ever the best player in the NBA, which is why I followed him, and Steph Curry's a little bit. That's why Steph and I think Shaq were more exciting, more dominant.
Yeah.
But I put Duncan over both of them because of his consistency.
Because he was just great for 20 years.
I don't think we want to go through the rest of our rankings, but I just